April Fool's Day, also known as All Fool's Day, is a yearly tradition observed on the 1st of April that involves playing practical jokes and hoaxes. Those who play pranks often reveal their actions by exclaiming April Fools to the person they have tricked. Mass media sometimes participate in these jokes, which are usually disclosed as pranks the next day. The participate of dedicating a day to playing harmless tricks on others has been a widespread tradition throughout history. April Fool's Day, celebrated on April 1st each year, is a day dedicated to playing practical jokes and spreading hoaxes. It's a time when people engage in light-hearted pranks, tricks, and practical jokes on friends, family, and sometimes even on a larger scale through media outlets and companies. The origins of April Fool's Day are not entirely clear, but it is believed to have ancient roots, possibly originating from various cultures' celebrations of the arrival of spring. On this day, individuals might engage in activities such as telling outrageous stories, setting up elaborate pranks, or creating fake news stories to fool others. It's a day where humor and mischief are encouraged, as long as it's all in good fun and doesn't cause harm or distress to others. Keep in mind that while April Fool's Day is meant for light-hearted fun, it's important to be mindful of boundaries and ensure that jokes are in good taste. Geoffrey Chaucer's The Canterbury Tales, 1392, contains a story in the Nun's Priest's Tale where a cock named Chaucer is deceived by a fox on what is believed to be 1st of April. However, there is uncertainty regarding whether Chaucer was indeed referring to April 1st, as the text also mentions the sun being in Taurus, which does not align with that date. Some scholars suggest that there may have been a mistake in the manuscripts, and that Chaucer originally wrote St. March was gone, indicating a date of 2nd of May instead. This would coincide with the anniversary of King Richard II of England's engagement to Anne of Bohemia in 1381. Geoffrey Chaucer, 1340s to 25th October 1400, was an English poet, writer, and bureaucrat best known for his influential work, The Canterbury Tales. He is often regarded as the father of English literature and is considered one of the greatest poets of the Middle Ages. Chaucer was born in the 1340s in London, England, to a prosperous with merchant family. He had connections to the royal court and held various government positions throughout his life, which exposed him to different aspects of medieval society and culture. His most famous work, The Canterbury Tales, is a collection of stories written in Middle English that follows a group of pilgrims on their journey to the shrine of St. Thomas Becket at Canterbury Cathedral. The tales are framed by a narrative in which each pilgrim tells a story to pass the time on the journey, providing insights into medieval life, social dynamics, and human nature. Chaucer's writing style was innovative for his time, as he used vernacular English, Middle English, instead of Latin or French, which were more common in literary works of the period. His ability to capture the diversity of English society and his keen observations of human behavior have contributed to his enduring legacy in English literature. In addition to the Canterbury Tales, Chaucer wrote many other works, including poetry, prose, and translations. His contributions to English literature have had a profound influence on subsequent generations of writers and poets. In 1508, French poet Roy de Merville mentioned a poisson d'avril, April Fool, literally April's fish, possibly the earliest reference to the celebration in France. Some historians propose that April Fool's Day originated because during the Middle Ages, New Year's Day was observed on 25th of March in most European towns, the holiday that concluded on 1st of April in certain regions of France, leading those who celebrated New Year's Eve on 1st of January to mock those who celebrated on different dates by creating April Fool's Day. The practice of 1st of January as New Year's Day became widespread in France only in the mid-16th century, and that date was officially adopted in 1564. By the Edict of Roussillon, as decreed during the Council of Trent in 1563. Nevertheless, there are discrepancies with this theory, as there is a clear mention of April Fool's Day in a 1561 poem by Flemish poet Edward de Dien, about a nobleman who sent his servant on foolish errands on 1st April, predating the change. April Fool's Day was also a well-established tradition in Great Britain before 1st January was designated as the beginning of the calendar year. Of course, Eloy de Merville, also known as Eloy de Merville, was a French poet and composer who lived during the late 15th and early 16th centuries. He is primarily known for his work, Les Lettres de la Diable, which is a collection of poems written in Old French. This work is significant for its exploration of themes related to the devil, demons, and hell. However, beyond this work, not much is known about Eloy de Merville's life and career. The Dutch victory in the capture of Brilly in 1572 is often credited as the origin of April Fool's Day in the Netherlands. It is said that the Spanish Duke of Les de Toulouse defeat led to the popular Dutch proverb on April Villeur Avril, meaning on the 1st of April, Oliver lost his glasses. The word Brill, glasses, serves as a homonym for Brilly, the town where the victory took place. However, this theory does not explain the worldwide celebration of April Fool's Day. The capture of Brilly refers to an event that took place during the 80 Years' War between the Netherlands and Spain. Brill, also known as Den Brill or Brill, is a town in the Netherlands located in the province of South Holland. It is situated on the coast of the North Sea on the island of Voornpoten. The capture of Brill occurred on April 1st, 1572, when a group of Dutch Voorthuizen, sea beggars, led by the Calvinist nobleman Lemay and his lieutenant William van der Mark, known as Lemay and Wild Boar of the Ardennes, respectively, seized the town from Spanish control. This event marked a significant victory for the Dutch revolt against Spanish rule and is often considered one of the early turning points in the conflict. In 1686, John Aubrey mentioned the festivities as Fool's Holy Day, marking the earliest British reference. On 1st April 1698, a number of individuals were deceived into visiting the Tower of London to witness the washing of the lions. Despite the absence of any mention by biblical scholars or historians, there are some who speculate that the genesis of April Fool's Day could be linked to the story of the Genesis flood. In a 1908 issue of Harper's Weekly, cartoonist Beth MacDonald expressed this belief. The historical records trace back to the era of Noah and the Ark, as authorities have solemnly acknowledged. On March 13, 1769, the London Public Advertiser published an account starting, "In order to commemorate the event when Noah released the dove from the ark before the water had subsided on the first day of April, it was deemed appropriate to punish those who forgot such a remarkable occurrence by assigning them a futile task akin to the unsuccessful message entrusted to the bird by the patriarch." In Armenian culture, an April Fool's joke is revealed with the words blah blah blah, I don't know what that is, which means April 1st. In Germany, an April Fool's joke is sometimes revealed later by shouts of "April, April" at the recipient, who becomes an April Fool. In Ireland, it is called Taruga Sizda, the Lie of 13, and people and media play out 13 Farvardin Sizda, which is equivalent to April 1st. This is a tradition that occurs 13 days after a person's New Year Nor'waz. On this day, people go out, leave their homes, and have fun outside, mainly in natural parks. Pranks have reportedly been played on this holiday since 536 BC in the Achaemenid Empire. In Ireland, it was a tradition to entrust the victim with an important letter to deliver to a named person. This person would read the letter, then ask the victim to give it to someone else, and so on. The open letter contained the words, "Send the fool on his way." Israel has a custom of playing pranks on April Fool's Day. In Italy, France, Belgium, and the French-speaking regions of Switzerland and Canada, The April 1st tradition is often called April fish, Poisson d'avril in French, April fish in Dutch, or Pis d'April in Italian. Possible pranks include attempting to discreetly attach a paper fish to the victim's back. This feature of the fish is prominently featured on many April Fool's cards in France during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Many newspapers also spread the false story of April Fish Day, and subtle references to fish are sometimes used as a clue to the fact that it is an April Fool's joke. Boulangeries, pastry shops, and chocolatiers in France sell chocolate fish in their store windows on this day. Danes, Finns, Icelanders, Norwegians, and Swedes celebrate April Fool's Day. April in Danish, April in Finnish, in Norwegian, April, forget it. Most media outlets will publish exactly on false story on April 1st. In newspapers, this will usually be the story on the front page rather than the top headline. In Poland, Prima April 1st of April in Latin as a day of practical jokes. In the centuries-old tradition, this is the day when many hoaxes are played. Sometimes people, the media, who often collaborate to make the information more reliable, prepare very sophisticated hoax, and even government agencies. Serious action is usually avoided. Every word spoken on April 1st may turn out to be untrue. The conviction of this is so strong that the Polish anti-Turkish alliance with Leopold I, signed on April 1st, 1683, was postponed to March 31st. However, for some in Poland, Prima April ends at noon on April 1st, and Prima April jokes after that hour are considered inappropriate and uncool. In many Spanish-speaking countries and the Philippines, De los Santos Inocentes, Day of the Holy Innocents, is a holiday that is very similar to April Fool's Day, but is celebrated in late December 27th, 28th, or 29th, depending on. In Galicia, April Fool's Day is also traditional, as Raymond Otero Pedrero writes as Dia dos Enganos, as this tradition is embedded in the traditional saying that this day is the day when donkeys go where they should not go. Turkey also has a tradition of April Fool's Day pranks. April Fool's Day is called Nisnbelki, April fish in Turkish. Jokes are usually verbal and expressed by shouts of Burasın Nisnbel, April 1st. April Fool's Day is widely celebrated in Odesa and has a special local name, Humorina. In Ukrainian, Humorina. This holiday originated in 1973. An April Fool's joke is revealed when the recipient is told April Fools, I don't trust anyone. April Fools, I don't trust anyone, which translates to April Fools, I don't trust anyone. The festival includes a large parade through the city center, free concerts, street fairs, and performances. Festival participants dress up in various costumes and walk around the city, fooling around and pranking passers-by. One of the traditions on April Fool's Day is to dress the main monument of the city in funny clothes. Humorina even has its own logo, a cheerful sailor in a lifebelt created by artist Arkady Tsaikin. During the festival, special souvenirs with the logo are printed and sold. Since 2010, April Fool's Day celebrations have included the International Clown Festival, and both are celebrated as one. In 2019, the festival was dedicated to the 100th anniversary of the Odesa Film Studio, and all events were held with an emphasis on cinema. In the UK, an April Fool's joke is sometimes revealed later by shouting April Fools at the recipient, who becomes an April Fool. Research by folklorist Jonna Peter-Opie in the 1950s found that in Britain and countries whose traditions originated from Britain, the practice continues to operate with the custom ending at midday, after which it is no longer in effect. It's acceptable to be naughty. Thus, the person who played the prank after noon is himself considered an April Fool. In Scotland, April Fool's Day was originally called Hunt a Gook's Day. The name is a corruption of to hunt a gook, where in Scots, gook means cuckoo or foolish man. Alternative Gaelic terms might be Luna Gocherd, the day of reveille, or Laruth na Cuth, the day of the cuckoo's flight. A traditional joke involves asking someone to deliver a sealed message purporting to be a request for some kind of help. The message actually reads, "Don't laugh, don't smile, hunt the gook another mile." The recipient, after reading it, will explain that he could only help if he first contacts the other person and sends the victim to that next person with an identical message, and the same result in England. Fool is known by several different names across the country, including noodle, gob, gobby or noddy. April Fool's Day pranks have evolved over time, with one popular prank involving replacing the cream in an Oreo with toothpaste. Similar pranks involve substituting one object for another that looks similar but tastes different, like salt for sugar or sour cream for vanilla frosting. These pranks are not limited to individuals, as large corporations have also been known to pull off elaborate hoaxes. For instance, in 1957, the BBC aired a fake documentary about Swiss farmers harvesting spaghetti, leading to a flood of inquiries from viewers wanting to buy spaghetti plants. With the rise of the internet and global news coverage, April Fool's pranks now have the potential to reach a much larger audience and cause greater embarrassment. On 28th of December, which is also known as the Day of the Holy Innocents in Spain and Hispanic America, Christians celebrate a religious holiday. However, it is important to note that the tradition of pranks is not a part of the Christian celebration, although it is observed annually. In certain regions of Hispanic America, after a prank is played, people exclaim, "Innocent Palma Kudesh de Enginar," which translates to, "You innocent little dove that let yourself be fooled." This phrase should not be confused with another meaning of palmira, which refers to popcorn in some dialects. In Argentina, the joke utters, "May innocence be of value to you," which can be interpreted as a suggestion to avoid being as easily deceived as the target of the prank. Conversely, in Spain, it is customary to simply exclaim, "Innocent," a term that can signify both innocent and gullible in Spanish. In several English-speaking nations, particularly Britain, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa, it is customary for individuals, usually children, to utter a phrase, "pinch and a punch for the first of the month," or a similar alternative. In response, the recipient may retort with a flick and a kick for being so quick, while the instigator might reply with a punch in the eye for being so sly. Another tradition observed in Britain and North America involves saying "rabbit, rabbit" upon awakening on an individual day of a month, as it means to attract good fortune. The tradition of April Fool pranks and hoaxes has sparked debate amongst critics. This was evident in response to the 1957 BBC spaghetti tree hoax, with newspapers divided on whether it was a clever joke or deceitful hoax on the public. The opposing viewpoint argues that April Fool's Day can have positive effects on one's well-being by promoting humor through jokes, hoaxes, pranks, and laughter, which can lead to stress relief and a healthy heart. Many compilations of the best of April Fool's Day pranks are created to highlight the most creative and innovative ways in which the day is celebrated. Numerous April Fool's champions have been commended for their original creativity, writing, and overall effort. The critical perspective characterizes April Fool's hoaxes as sinister and manipulative, impolite, and slightly malicious, as well as rooted in schadenfreude and deception. When legitimate news or an important announcement is made on April Fool's Day, there is a possibility that it will be misunderstood as a joke and disregarded. For instance, when Google, known for its elaborate April Fool's Day pranks revealed the introduction of Gmail with 1 GB in boxes in 2004, a time when other webmail services offered 4 MB or less. Many dismissed it as a mere joke. Conversely, there are instances where stories meant as jokes are taken seriously. In any case, there can be negative repercussions such as confusion, misinformation, wastage of resources, especially if the hoax involves individuals in peril, and even illegal or commercial ramifications. In March 2020, amid the COVID-19 pandemic, several entities and individuals opted to cancel their April Fool's Day festivities or spoke out against observing the occasion as a gesture of respect due to the significant number of tragic deaths caused by COVID-19 up to that point. The desire to provide accurate information to combat misinformation about the virus and to prevent any attempts to incorporate the virus into potential pranks. For instance, Google chose to forego some famous April Fool's jokes tradition for that year. As the pandemic persisted into 2021, they also opted not to engage in pranks that year. In Thailand, authorities cautioned the public before April Fool's Day in 2021 that disseminating fake news online could result in a maximum of 5 years in prison. Additional instances of real news mistaken for hoaxes on 1st of April include 1. On the 1st of April 1946, warnings were issued about the tsunami caused by the Aleutian Island earthquake that claimed the lives of 165 individuals in Hawaii and Alaska. 2. On 1st of April 1984, reports surfaced that singer Marvin Gaye had been shot and killed by his father, Marvin Gaye, the day before his 45th birthday. Many close to Gaye, such as Smokey Robinson and Jermaine Jackson, initially doubted the news and had to verify it with others who know Gaye. 3. On April 1st, 1995, news broke that singer Selena had been shot and killed by the former president of her fan club, Yolanda Salvador. On 31st of March 1995, when the radio station Kettle reported the news on 31st of March, many accused them of lying due to the proximity to April Fool's Day. 4. On 1st of April 2005, it was announced that comedian Mitch Hedberg had passed away on March 29, 2005. 5. On 1st of April 2005, the anime adaptation of the Powerpuff Girls titled The Powerpuff Girls Z was revealed by Aniplex Cartoon Network and Toy Animation. The concept of a cartoon being turned into an anime was considered highly unlikely at the time. 6. On 1st April 2009, the long-running soap opera Guiding Light was announced to be cancelled. The date was so synonymous with pranks that even some of the show's cast and crew initially doubted the news. 7. On 1st April 2011, Isaiah Thomas declared from the NBA draft. Thomas being shorter than most NBA players added an element of surprise to the announcement. Various forms of media such as books, movies, and TV episodes have drawn inspiration from April Fool's Day. For instance, Bryce Courtney's novel April Fool's Day 1993 was named after the day his son passed away. Additionally, the sitcom Roseanne from the 1990s aired an episode called April Fool's Day, which was actually centered around Tax Day in the United States on 15th of April, contrary to what the title suggested. Each year, on the 1st of April, Mojang the video game developer unveils an April Fool's Day snapshot for Minecraft Java Edition, which is a computer version of the popular game. Throughout the years, numerous April Fool's Day updates have been launched by the company. Thanks for watching this video.